Today, I'm going to try beating the second round of the Pokémon League in Black and White using only level 1 Pokémon. To keep them at level 1, I've turned off experience gain in the emulator. The rules are simple, only level 1 Pokémon that are legal in Gen 5 are allowed. Which means no level up evolutions, and no level up moves unless they can also be learned through breeding or from move tutors. Just in case anyone's wondering, a level 1 Shedinja is not legal, at least not in Gen 5. I am allowing duplicate items, considering there aren't many viable options. As you might expect, the sturdy and prankster abilities will be key for this challenge, as are the moves that cause passive damage, like toxic and entry hazards. Chantal is definitely the easiest of the Elite Four. She doesn't have any steel or poison types, and I can easily set up all the entry hazards on her Cofagrigus. The AI never switches if it doesn't have to, so it can't deal with Leech Seed plus Substitute or Sturdy. Magnemite deserves a special mention, because it's the only sturdy Pokémon that can learn Recycle in Gen 5. This gives it a reliable way to stall for over 30 turns, by alternating between Recycle and Protect. Fortunately, not a single Pokémon in the entire league has the Mold Breaker ability or knows the move Taunt. Otherwise, this might not be possible, unless I could somehow play around it using silly strategies like Endeavor and a priority attack. By the way, I'm not relying on one-for-one strategies like Endeavor and Destiny Bond because all opponents in the second round have a full team, and many of them have priority attacks. Also, Destiny Bond won't work unless I go first, since the AI won't blindly attack into it if it has any other option, but there are no prankster Pokémon that can learn it in Gen 5. Nosepass can learn Pain Split, which is another reliable way to stall while the enemy is poisoned or seeded. Pineco can also learn it, but its main job is to set up toxic spikes. Grimsley is also pretty easy, but he does have a steel type and a poison type. He tends to send out his Drapion last, so my toxic spikes will likely stay for the entire battle. I also have Leech Seed and Will-O-Wisp to deal with steel and poison types that can't be poisoned. Pain Split can reduce the enemy's HP to a single digit, but can't KO anything without external damage or a direct attack. Attacking at level 1 is useless because it will only do 1 or 2 damage due to level scaling and rounding. I think Will-O-Wisp only has 75% accuracy in this gen, which is really annoying, but I still have swagger on the Magnemite, so I can still win if I don't get incredibly unlucky. Caitlyn is by far the hardest. She has 2 steel types that can't be poisoned, a flying type that's immune to ground hazards, and a Reuniclus that's immune to all indirect damage due to its ability. Toxic spikes are basically useless against her. I will need to switch up a few moves, because I have to use a direct attack to KO her Reuniclus after reducing it to 1 HP with Endeavor. Unfortunately, there are no TMs for any of the priority attacks, but Volt Switch is a good alternative since it gives me a free switch. Either way, I will need to get lucky and fish for misses from her Reuniclus, which isn't too unlikely since it has 2 attacks with only 70% accuracy, or 56% after a flash. Her Musharna can't hit dark types at all, so I can switch in my Sableye for free, and then force her to switch into Reuniclus. But before that, I want to burn her potion by getting it into the red with Pain Split. She will use her potion on this turn, so I get a completely free switch, without the risk of getting put to sleep. Now I just need to cut the accuracy of her Reuniclus without getting hit, because I might still need the Focus Sash on Sableye to deal with her Metagross, which has Bullet Punch. It took me a few tries to get 2 flashes in without getting hit, and now I just need to dodge another attack on the switch to Whimsicott. I still need the Whimsicott for Leech Seed to deal with her Bronzong. Before I attack, I need to fish for another miss so I can recycle the berry for free. I get to switch first, before she sends in the replacement. She always sends in her Sigilif when I pick Dwebble, which is very convenient since it allows me to set up spikes. My Magnemite still has its berry, so I should be able to make her Metagross KO itself with swagger, if I don't get too unlucky. Sableye should force her to switch, so I can use Flash on whatever comes in next, and then hopefully fish for misses. And I do get a miss on the switch, so I can easily stall it out with Toxic and Pain Split. For her Bronzong, I just need to reduce its HP to under an eighth, and then seed or burn it to knock it out. This one has the Levitate ability instead of Heatproof, so it can be burned. There's absolutely nothing her Musharna can do, so the hardest and most luck-dependent battle is out of the way now. Marshall is a Toxicroak that can clear away toxic spikes, but like Grimsley and his Drapion, he tends to send it in last for some reason. Maybe the AI in this gen isn't programmed to deal with entry hazards. Since everything gets poisoned on entry, I can easily stall them out with Pain Split. His Mienshao has Fake Out, so I just need to protect on its first turn. His sock can poison me, which is annoying, but won't matter too much. I still have plenty of other Pokémon to stall with. For his Toxicroak, again I can just use Swagger and make it knock itself out. The champion is actually trivial, since he doesn't have a poison or flying type, and only one steel type. His lead Excelgar also loves to spam me first, which just gives me free turns to set up hazards. His Druddigon has rough skin instead of mold breaker, so it can't do anything against sturdy and pain split. The only Pokemon that could give me trouble is his Escavalier, but I can just use Leech Seed or even Endeavor to deal with it. His Volcarona could burn me, but all I need to do is stall for 2 turns since it loses most of its HP upon entry, thanks to Stealth Rock and its awful typing. So, can you beat the Pokemon League Round 2 in Black and White using a level 1 team? Absolutely, and it's not even that hard. All you need is a few Oran berries or berry juices, and a few focus sashes. With some thorough planning and luck, this challenge might even be possible under the standard item clause, which means no duplicate held items. Things like Flame Orb, Toxic Orb, Black Sludge, and Sticky Barbs come to mind. I might give this a try later, but for now, thanks for watching.